spots on your zone every day.
What is going on, you guys? It is Dollar Cost Crypto here with Ask Me Anything Ocho Cinco. The DCA edition, man. What is going on, you guys? Smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and really double, triple check that you are subscribed to the channel. I've had a couple of really OG watchers of the channel and stuff just telling me through the comment section, like, hey, Miguel, I just found out I was unsubscribed. And like I've been subscribed for over 2-3 years now, and so it's like it's kind of YouTube is really messed up. I really wonder if they do that in order to. I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe there's shadow banning or possibly. I mean, who knows? Maybe when Google finally allows ads, I know Facebook does, but when Google starts allowing like crypto ads, they'll just boost the channels in the crypto space or something. But that's really crazy because I know a lot of channels that's happening to. But, man, shout out to you. Yeah, Stimmy check equals BTC. I've been here the entire bear market. Now for the start of the bull market. Shout out to the Citadel. Yeah, shout out to the Citadel, baby. Don't forget to join up to the Citadel, man. Link below. But, yeah, man. Yeah, Terry Doc 1. What's up? Me too. Yep. Same thing. Brian, what's going on? Sheesh. Yeah, that's right. Kevin C, man. Yep. Red Squirrels in the chat. Don Schroger. I think I said that right. Crypto Bigfoot. Squirrel. Interesting name, sir. And I think we had somebody else in here earlier. I think Agent Jay Sroth said, my man with the 2:30 stream, you're early today, brother. Yeah, so I typically stream from 1 to 1:30 every Saturday. So that's usually, so throughout the weekdays and stuff, I'm usually streaming around 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But on the weekend, I'm always trying to do a 1 p.m. to 1:30 stream and stuff. So the more you know. And then usually you can catch me then tomorrow on Moon Gang as well. So just a little bit of I guess family news basically. So I had been saying that I was going to release this Dr. Phil stream for a minute now. So I found out why it was taking forever, because the video quality was so damn high on this video that it was just taking forever to upload. So that will be coming out for sure this Monday. So I will be having it come out this Monday. And I'll coordinate a little bit with maybe Rolo or something like that and then have it released. So it's going to be me, Charlie, and the Red Pill Lions live in studio, out in their studio out in Connecticut. I think Connecticut. And it's going to be really funny. It is just us reacting to the entire Dr. Phil episode and stuff. And it should be pretty hilarious. So, yeah, man. But that's funny. Boston Bybit. What you think about the macro bottom, poly crisis, black swan style events like 23, 24, everyone's referring to, like by the time. Well, eventually the Fed is going to pivot, but it's going to be like sometime later this year, at least with the federal fund rate. They can only take the rates up so high. Now they are tracking. They're mostly caring about inflation because the job numbers are so strong. But I think the Fed pivot. I mean, the Fed pivot's probably going to be either like the earliest is going to be is probably like May 3rd. I think May 3rd is the not the next raise, but the second one from this one. So the next one's in March, and then they have another one. They're skipping April, and then the next one's in May 2nd to 3rd, the next Fed meeting. So at the earliest we would have a Fed pivot would be in May. My guesstimate's going to be the one after that, maybe June or July, before the Fed pivot at that point. But that the longer they raise, we're in this weird bubble with the Fed right now where they keep raising, but they're not raising that much that the market stays bullish. And as soon as they pause, we'll have a nice correction down in the equities market. That'll also take a nice correction in the crypto market, probably a 40% correction in the market. From there, we're just off to the races from there because the Fed's more than likely going to stay at that rate to lower rates. More than likely just stay at the rate and print money. And if they get into more trouble, they'll start raising it again. But pretty dope, dude. But I do long-term believe that the federal fund rate is probably going to stay at like 3.5%. Something like that. So right now, I think we're at 4.50 or 4.5%. So we're going to go down probably a whole 100 basis points within the next 3 years. And that long term, we're probably going to stay at that 3% rate for quite a long time. And then maybe 5 years later, that's when we start heading down towards the lower stuff because we start having more. This is more of a demographic thing when we start getting more of the millennials. Getting into the 45 year range, that they start bringing in more of their capital to be lent and borrowed in the market and stuff, and then that lowers rates across the board and stuff here in the States. So we have a solid like 5 years of having decently higher rates, and then the rates start coming down 5 years after that over time. So yeah. Unsuitable. Is there such thing as an emergency Fed increase? There is. There definitely is. If for some reason they found like if for some reason like holy crap the CPI and the inflation rate is going bananas for some reason, like they'll like emergency Fed meeting and they'll yank up the rates. I mean to the point where like I wouldn't put it past them. They would probably do a 500 basis point increase. Would be like if something traumatic happened. But obviously, I don't think anything that ridiculous. But they would definitely really jack it up. It's not like the Fed of the 70s or the late 70s and stuff where they jacked it up 10% in one shot, which was like 1,000 basis point increase, which is just insane. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Jesse Bozma and stuff. How does the longer pays better and the bigger pays better work? I noticed percentage goes up and you get a 50% added to the principal. It counts as one share. Yeah. So, okay, for longer pays better, basically it equals up something roughly to about like 2.5 to 3 times more of a t-shirt bonus. So, as an example, let's just say you have a stake that is, if you have let's just say you have a 1 year stake for one T-share, right? And if you take it out to 10 years, it should go to about 2.5 to 3 T-shares in terms of how much extra bonus you get for basically, it's an incentive for staking out longer. For bigger pays better, that maxes out the more hex you have. So the biggest stake, the longer pays better is the better bonus, but then there's also an extra incentive for whales. There's a 10% bonus to T-shares. So let's just say you stake 100 million. So 100 million hex is where it maxes out. If you have 100 million hex staked out for any amount of time, you get a 10% T-share bonus for that stake. And then from there, if you stake it out 10 years, you've maxed out every single bonus you can get for T-share staking. So you get the 2.5 times T-share increase plus the 10% extra added to T-shares just for the bigger pays better. But that maxes out 100 million. The more you know. I gotta get that music, Travis. So I go like, the more you know, or like imagination.
It's the do 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 do.
Yeah, there you go. But that's basically that is it. But like, let me tell you something pretty interesting. So I unstaked a stake. What was it? Maybe 3-4 days ago. And it wasn't a crazy amount, but I wanted to test out what it was. So like, as an example, I think it was like, what was it? 60,000 40,000, 60. I think it was 60,000 hex that came out. Wasn't that much when I originally staked it, but after 3 years, that's how big it was. And basically, if I remember right, I think it was like 4.5 or 5 T shares. I think it was 5 T shares. And I wanted to see if I staked all that right back, how much more T shares I would get. I think it only went up to 8. So basically, I had 5 T shares come out. And I just, as an example, I just put the whole money back there and then just went 10 years to see what was the maxed out bonus and how much extra T-shares I get. I only gained an additional 3. Back in the day, if I had done that, that would have been like way more. So it's pretty insane, actually. So I'm just saying, over time, this is why we're saying T-shares are deflationary, is over time it gets harder and harder to keep those T-shares. So you have to buy hex into the market. So over a long period of time, hexagons are more, especially I would say past like year 6. Once because right now we're on year 3, so 3 years from now, T-shares are basically maxing out to going down from there for some of the OGs, and then the OGs have to go into the market to buy more hex if they're forced to, if they want to keep their T-share balance up, and this causes a more of a buying pressure over time. Pretty awesome. But yeah, this is Ask Me Anything DCA edition and stuff. So I'll be sprinkling a little like talking points here and there about dollar cost averaging, and I'll be talking about the market as well. But super chats are read first and stuff like that, as well as yeah, man. I'm also open to consultations. I will be taking consultations all next week, and best place to get me on consultations is just DM me directly on Twitter. I also do check my my Instagram ones. I am getting very caught up now. I'm gonna have an Instagram person pretty soon tell me what the Instagram side, but yeah, if Twitter's probably the easiest, fastest way if you want a consultation. So direct DM me on Twitter, man. Dollar cost crypt. All my socials are in the description box below. But let's continue on, ladies and gentlemen. Ba-da-ba-da. Oh, TDM10. You skipped my question. How dare you, Miguel? How fucking dare you? Do you think PulseX could do 1,000? Was it 10,000x or how much is that? 1,000x. That is possible, yes. From all-time lows. From all-time lows, yeah. If you have to count it from all-time, not launch price, but like all-time lows. I think it's very much in the realm of possibility. Maybe 500x, somewhere in that range, because these tokens there isn't that much staking done. Since it's more liquid, you have more paper hands, so it kind of does retard the amount of X's and stuff. Where at Hex, you could have a large amount of the supply staked. That ends up really helping out the price ratchet up to that 10,000x. But still, man, shit, man. You buy that low, or like even if you get your baseline sacrifice, you still, I mean, shit, you might be up 50x on it one day. I mean, dang, that's pretty good. Let's see. And the Fed, what does Hex bottom in? What's the Hex bottom to? Wait, what? What does the Hex bottom to in this next pullback? Okay. Sorry, man. Need my coffee. But let's take a look. In terms of this bottom, I mean, the lowest I'd see is like 4.8 cents. Absolute lowest. I don't think we're going much lower than that, especially with V3 around the corner now. Richard doing more updates and work and stuff. That's what people are really happy about, is like Richard's not out here just like there's no dude. I fucking find it funny as fuck when he stunts and does the twerking and shit. But some people were like, okay, that's cool, but like you need to like having him just come back. He's like doing work tweets and starting to do this and starting to go back to some interviews. I think that's really helped the morale of the community and stuff. And I think V3 is not far away. I think we'll have it before the middle of March, which is cool. So that's awesome. And then from there, that gives us kind of like a 3-month runway before the launch of PulseChain. So shing, really good. So I mean, if the Fed pivot happens, once the Fed pivot happens, that'd probably be the best place to have it. Just let that dip in the market happen, and then launch PulseChain right there, and then we get the winner of sales, and we're just off to the fucking races, man. Shit. Let's see. Different moves. Just curious, how do people typically swap larger amounts of crypto, say 1,000 plus Ethereum? Well, I mean, the markets are pretty. I mean, you could do limit orders and stuff like that on Matcha or on CowSwap, and usually the markets are pretty liquid for Ethereum to USDC, so you'd be able to do a lot. I mean, 1,000. I mean, you'd probably break it up or so or something like that. So you could either do it on the way up or down. But let's just say the price is ranging, and Ethereum's going to go up or down a little bit. What you could do is just do 100 Ethereum sells at that point and just let it hit to you. That way, you're hitting your price strike zone, and then from there, you know, you're not paying any gas on top of that. But if you have 1,000 Ethereum, you don't give a fuck about gas really. Matcha would probably be your best bet if you just want to do it all in one shot. Let's see. I mean, I could probably show it if I could log into a wallet. I don't think I. You know what? I'm gonna for the next stream, I'll make sure I'm gonna set up some YouTube wallet on this. I don't got any YouTube wallet on this device. But yeah, man. But basically on Matcha, the Matcha order book and stuff. If you wanted to market sell it, damn, 1,000 Ethereum is a good amount of cash. I mean, you show the screen for 1 second. Full screen, me sir. Let's see, 1,000 Ethereum. How much would that be? That would be boom 1.5 million. Oh, I could take that. Yeah, 1.5 million. That's not that bad. Let's see if we liquidity wise what we got here in these streets. Didn't have to cut me off. There's like $15 million over here on Binance swaps. Let's go USDC. Liquidity 100. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you could do it right through wrapped. You could just do it through this and shit. I mean, there's so much liquidity. What is it like? There's $189 million of. You could just do it in one sell order. You'd probably get a little tiny bit of slippage, but you'd be fine. But you'd probably use Matcha, and then it would maybe use it against. Maybe it would sell the 1,000 Ethereum across 3 or 4 pools, and you'd be fine. Like, yeah, not bad. Rich people problems. Shout out to my boy in the chat, man. Different moves out here, like saying like, yo, if let's just say hypothetically, if I want to sell some, but you can take the screen down now. That's hilarious. Let's see where we at. Jimmy, yeah, any airdrops from Matcha? No. That would be it would be nice for a Matcha token at some point, but maybe they're just trying to not get into trouble. They're just like, okay, our business is because Matcha just generates some income obviously from that, from the sales and stuff. Just they take a little vig in between, but what they provide as a service is very useful. So I mean, Matcha is probably doing all right and stuff, but so they might be generating enough money where they're like, you know what, we'll just treat it as a business, just like a picks and shovels type of business, and we ain't making a token because we don't want to get in trouble. So. Might not be. That's probably what's going on there. Let's see. Dustin Olson, Johnny Chaos said Hex will outperform PulseChain by multiples based on the routing order of the market makers. Your thoughts? Mm-hmm. My mind's telling me no, but my hopium's telling me yes. Basically, I don't think that's true. Personally, I don't. If my gut feeling on that is probably not true. You'll just end up having more market participants more hyped about PulseChain, and then the whole Ethereum L1 narrative, because there's so much track record with L1's doing a lot of X's. That people are probably going to do that and stuff like that, but doesn't mean Hex is going to be a slouch. It's just Hex is a much more older asset now. It's a more mature asset, so it still can do tons of X's. Like, I mean, I think 100,000 X for Hex as an all-time high is still is in the realm of it's in the realm of possibility and stuff for this cycle, which means like $5, 65 or 55 cents, give or take. That'll be 100,000 X from its all-time low of last cycle. So that's just really like 10X. From the all-time high of 56 cents, you know? So that's still awesome. I mean, right now, what are we at? Like 5.8 cents right now, which is not a bad time to start DCAing. So yeah, you guys, like if you want to start DCAing into Hex, if that's what you're trying to do right now, basically the range is like 4.8 to 5.8 cents right now. So right now would be a great time to get a DCA in. You'd obviously want to get most of your Hex below 10 cents. I mean, for most of you guys, I would really try to get it below 12 cents. 18 cents being the max from there. It's just like you kind of, not that you missed the boat, but it's just like you left out of multiples on the table. Like, I think you could still make good money over time, but like I would feel much more comfortable for people getting it, you know, sub 6 cents, which is where we're at right now. No problem, man. But Johnny might. I mean, shit. If Johnny's right, shit, I ain't mad. I mean, the thing is like, you know, for a lot of Hex OGs, that's all they just have Hex bags or have their PulseChain copy and stuff like that. But I mean, who knows? I mean, like it's either way, we're winning no matter what, so it's fine. You know, eventually, like the big money that's in PulseChain will then it's gonna cycle through. So we're gonna have like, oh, as an example, get on the old what's a stream without the old Thanos gauntlet, right? Right. Each of these stones is gonna have their move where they're glowing, and the energy is just gonna move from boom, 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 and back to Hex, right? And there's going to be this slush of money that's going to happen. So like some of the, like PulseChain's going to pump, and then from there some of the money's going to go to going to PulseX and PHEX, and back to Hex. Maybe the incentive token like muddles along. Probably the incentive token's going to like really not do shit for quite a few cycles in terms of months and stuff. So it's like it's probably going to take like 2-3 seasons for like the incentive token to really do anything, because it's just going to straight dump. But it's just gonna be nice if you hold the big four or the big five, you know, Hex, PHEX, PulseChain, PulseX, and stuff like that. You're gonna do pretty well, I think, in the system. Like it's just you just have to wait your turn. It's your pump's coming. It's just waiting your turn for it. But yeah, man. Okay, Hugh Hefner. Any chance Richard would implement ZK onto PulseChain? I think at some point, once it's actually working, the best estimates right now, ZK is really not even going to be up and running for another 5 years. I hope they're wrong, but I heard this from like Andre Congria himself and from FTM, that he basically said that like we're basically still a ways away from ZK rollups on chain and stuff like that. So, you know, 4 to 5 years. So I mean, like I think they said the earliest they could see it happening would be 25, 26 and stuff. So we're still a ways away, you guys. But if it works, then yeah, we just add it. It'd be really simple. It's like turning a CD into an MP3 CD. So it's just way more. You can get way more data per block. I mean, we have 3-second blocks on PulseChain. So yeah, man, it would take us to the next level, man. I mean, you 10x the throughput on Hex and stuff. Then we basically have 30 times the wait, I'm sorry. We'd have 40 times the throughput of regular Ethereum, which would be crazy. So we do pretty well, man. I think that's awesome. Let's keep going. Okay, let me scroll back up. I think my message just jumped. Okay, Joseph Monero. What a great name. Yo, DCC, if I'm moving in my holdings from different wallets from my original sacrifice wallets, will the PulseChain snapshot airdrop be recognized, or is it based off the original wallet sacrifice? It's based off the original wallet you sacrificed from. So don't lose those private keys. So you can move capital to another wallet. That's perfectly fine, but you will need to log into that wallet you sacrificed from. The wallet that you sent USDC, Hex, or whatever you did into, that wallet is the one that has the receipt basically in the background. So when you log into it on the Ethereum side, there'll be nothing, but then you toggle over to PulseChain as the network, and then what'll happen is there's all your PRC20s. And your all your PRC20s at the time of the snapshot, as well as all the sacrifices that you did as well. So there you go. Vic Vish, thoughts on new Solidity fork, Satin launching in March? Yeah, it might do okay. It's just I'll see it when it happens. Basically, I'm more interested a little bit more of the base. Coinbase recently had an L2 launch on Optimism, which is bait. Yo, I'm telling you, man, like me and Charlie have been up on this whole Optimism stuff for a minute now, you guys. I'm telling you. And why did we know that chain was going to win? Because we knew some of the top developers in Phantom had set up shop in Optimism from the jump, not on Arbitrum, on Optimism. So we knew something was up from there and stuff. And now that they built L2, basically Optimism is one of those tokens where I'll show the price in a minute and stuff. But Optimism is one of these tokens that I'm looking very, very soon to make another DCA into. I made one originally when it was lower in price, nothing large, because I was still kind of testing it out and playing around with it and stuff like that. But now I know exactly where to yield farm on it and stuff. And I'll be talking about it in the next Crypto Mindset course in detail. So just like I had talked about Phantom, I'll be talking about Optimism as another chain to yield farm on. It's basically, if I had to explain what Optimism was, it's if Matic and Phantom had sex, and that was the baby. That's really what it is. It's a yield farming. It's basically a bridge between Phantom and like Matic Arbitrum basically. So a lot of Ethereum money's over there, and then it kind of you have a lot of Phantom money over there as well and stuff. So you're getting this kind of mixture of pools in there, and the Phantom people are hoping to bring people over to that system. So it's interesting. Sparrow Burger, great chat, DCC. Oh, thank you so much, man. Let me refresh this page for 1 segundo. And hit the like button, you guys. 54 likes, man. That's bullshit. DCC fought optimistic about OP. That's funny, man. Let's keep going. The Crypt Keeper, man, with the $2 super chat. Ask me anything. Price. Ask me anything. But you go price after 6 months, 1 year, 6 months. The thing is, like, I'm not gonna say like dollar price or anything like that because the token doesn't exist yet. So, I think I'll be pretty fucking accurate once it comes out. I just need raw data in front of me. Like I've said this forever, and I'll even say this about V3. The V3 numbers and stuff, it's total bullshit. I mean, it's basically when the V3 testnet comes out, it is a sandbox for projects to play around to actually figure out how it's going to look when it launches. That's why it's so important to figure out bugs and get it working and get it ready for like the market. But in terms of the prices of the token, because there's no real financial value behind it and stuff like that, you end up getting people taking it to the nth degree and stuff. I think we made some jokes before. What's his name? I'm so sorry, I forgot his name. The guy, the number two at over there at Fiat and Famous and stuff. He would just fuck around on the on the testnet and like do all these crazy liquidations and stuff like that. Sure, that's going to happen, but it's probably not going to be him or some other. It's going to be much larger players that'll do that and stuff like that. So the thing is the testnet price is not the real price. Yesterday's price isn't today's price. That's what I'm saying. So it just kind of is what it is. So once it launches, I'll be able to give a very more accurate sort of prediction on that. And yeah, man, I can't wait till it does launch and stuff, so I can tell you guys, because that's what's killing me too. But it's just there's a lot of people that say like, look, I'm not going to be able to whoring myself out. Well, maybe. But I'm not gonna be whoring myself out here telling you guys like, oh, this is gonna do this many X's and stuff. No, I need the data. I need the data, and I need the thing live, and then I can tell you the X's and stuff. Because I've seen these crazy predictions and stuff like that, and then they're total full of shit. I think they're just total dog shit. Like, I think everyone's just fucking lying. So yeah. No internet. What about Doge, Elon Mars? Elon? If you want to lose your money, bro, put your money, like, you're better off whatever dog money you have in meme coins, just better off doing a 50. You'd be better off doing a split like this: 50% into Doge, probably 30% into SHIB, and 20% into Bone. And you're that'd be the diversification into the meme coins, and you'd probably do very well with those three. Bone, which is the decentralized DEX of the SHIB ecosystem, Shiba Inu, and then Dogecoin, right? You have kind of this whole mixture there where you actually do probably pretty good if you have any dog money, right? I mean, that's kind of funny, but let's just say somebody did have like $3,000-4,000 in the whole ecosystem. Just you could probably even do something like throw 1,000 into Doge, 1,000 into SHIB, and 1,000 into Bone, and you're gonna do pretty good with that because you have the upside because basically you have Dogecoin being Bitcoin, you have SHIB being Ethereum, and then you have it's kind of more of a PancakeSwap PulseX that is Bone and stuff, because they have some better tokenomics and there's much less tokens and stuff, and it's much farther lower in market cap, so you can get much more multiples than you can probably on the other two. But it's a great way to kind of diversify into those three, and you have all that. If the dog money does anything this cycle, which I think it will, you'll do probably pretty well, honestly. So it's kind of a cool sort of system. But with Doge being the main normie coin, sort of Elon Musk token and stuff like that, Elon Musk at some point is probably going to add BTC and Dogecoin as tipping at some point to Twitter. So that'll end up spiking the price of Doge up, and then that'll drag up the price of SHIB, and then people will speculate, because SHIB actually has an ecosystem, believe it or not, that's launching more dog coins. I mean, Ponzi on Ponzi's, but more dog coins, so the money's going to flow there. So when people weren't trying to onboard, you're probably going to bridge into Bone, and through Bone, you're going to be buying all these other kind of shitcoin tokens, not me, other people. So the one way you could do it is just park money in the top the top layer of that, collect the money coming in, let that do multiples, and then just Lambo out. Hit a Pepe on that. That was fucking bars. Beautiful, man. Sheesh, you didn't have to cut me off. Let's see. Let's see where am I now. But yeah, that was some good. That was some dog money. That was some good dog money alpha right there, man. Let's go. Let's keep going. Charles Arbitrum will rule. Here's the problem. Arbitrum will do okay. The problem is with Arbitrum, why people won't get so hyped about it is because they don't have a token. Now, I've heard whispers they may launch one in a year or so, but because they don't have a token, they cannot compete with OP. Now, you have a lot of you could have a lot of homegrown projects that launch on Arbitrum, but what'll happen is they'll just go over to they'll go over to OP and stuff, which is optimism and stuff. So actually, let's bring up the optimism chart real quick. Can you share my screen? Full screen me, please. Oh, and I like the explosion on that one. There we go. Yeah. Optimism. Number 80. $2.72. There's supposedly going to be a pretty decent airdrop, pretty decent unlock of VC funds from Optimism. I think it's happening in June or May. So this is a token that it's basically after the summer months. This is going to end up having a nice run. I think later on, because the unlocks are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, there's less selling pressure and less market supply that's coming online that will allow this to finally grow up. But if we look at the all-time low on this thing, we're talking about 40 cents all-time low to all-time high is $3.22. So it's 15% off its all-time high. So this coin really wants a pump. But since there's a lot of coins coming out, this is one of those tokens that really could actually do really well. I think this is a decent token to accumulate. I mean, this is not a terrible price to get into it. I mean, we're still 15% off the all-time high, if we're being fucking honest, right? So I would really like to pick this up at the lower $2 range, right? But starting here, I mean, you're not going to be mad a year, 2 years later and stuff like this, because if we look at this from a year out, right? Sure, I mean, it's 40 cents low. It's pumped up to this, but it hasn't really done a shit ton of multiples. If we're really looking at it, at most, we're talking about it's done a 5x. And most people more than likely got into it at $1. So most people are sitting at about like a 2.5x to like a 2x maximum on OP. So most people are just yield farming on this right now. So this one has this one has the ability to go $30 or higher. So it's got a good 10 banger. So it's just the thing is just getting your hands on tokens at a lower price, and then you could just yield farm some of it with other tokens you like and stuff. Oath token is another banger over there on OP. Or I'll probably talk more farms later on. I want to do a more in-depth sort of stream on this. I'm going to have probably a decent size. I might either have half a webinar or a full webinar on OP and where to yield farm and where are some of the best places to yield farm this. And you haven't missed a train on OP, which is really good. So this is like this and so there's essentially three. There's essentially three like second layer scaling solutions, even though Optimism is a layer 1, but it's counted as a layer 2 essentially. But basically there's OP, which is Optimism. You have Matic, which is an L2, and then you have another L2, which is Arbitrum, right? And of those, right? This is ranked to 80 versus where we have Matic, right? I think it's number 13 if I remember correctly. 11, my bad. So it's number 11. So you got to, I mean, look at the market cap difference. We're talking about, Jesus Christ, with these fucking pop-ups. They must be hurting for money, man. They're doing a lot of these pop-ups. We're talking about damn near $11 billion versus $500 million. So you got damn near over a 20x in difference in market cap, which is pretty substantial. Interesting, right? So it means because lower in market cap, much newer and stuff like that, it has more propensity to pump you when this market really starts revving up. People then, this is what trickle down economics kind of does work in crypto a little bit, is that you'll have people who made profits on Matic and Ethereum. They'll start just dumping money into OP because they think it's gonna be the next thing, and then it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy from there. But yeah, you can take him down now. Cool. Let me just exit out of this. Cool. Global security exec with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Hey, Miguel, how high do you see Illuvium going this bull market? I want to give you a good answer to that. Pull up the screen again. All right, let's check out Illuvium real quick. I am very bullish on Illuvium. Now, there is a lot more supply that's unlocking over the next year or so, but with the bull market lasting from 24 to 25, and GameFi being one of the main four kind of pillars, that's going to be one of the big fundamentals this season. I think NFTs are going to do okay this cycle. They're just going to take a backseat to GameFi because GameFi is going to be more of the driver of the seat, especially if there is more of an attack on the entire NFT sector because of people rugging and not like fulfilling project. I think anyone that's got an NFT project that doesn't abandon it will be fine, but people who just use it as a quick pump and dump to make a quick million or $500,000 or 10 million off of their users, well, they're going to be in trouble basically. But with Illuvium, right, since you have all these tokens out, but you have the launch of the game going to happen sometime later this year, and you're going to have the additional launching of the Illuvials, more stuff on the actual launch of, one thing I'm really excited about is actually an iOS app. People always like go crazy over Google. I mean, Google, like, sure, that's fine. Android's cool, but where the big money is always, it's an Apple. So if your crypto game can get into an iPhone, your coin's going to be going bananas. So the whole mobile aspect, the three kind of big winners that I see that are heading into mobile are Gala Games, Illuvium, and we're probably going to get something with Sandbox a little bit there, but yeah, with Sandbox, we're going to see some with Sandbox and stuff like that, and of course Axes and stuff like that. So, this is why I've got a position in Illuvium. I got a position in Gala, and I actually don't have a Sandbox one just yet, but it is one that'll do pretty well as well. I think VRA and a couple other ones are trying to head down there. But so any crypto game that actually has a decent mobile app is just going to like kill it this cycle. But I see Illuvium, so its all-time high is $1,800. So I do see it getting back above $1,800. So from there, it's really more or less like where we see it from there, right? So I could probably see it at maybe $2,800 to $3,200 being like a stretch goal for how high it can go this cycle. And if it ends up being exactly what we think it is, like it's the premier game on all of Ethereum, it's the premier game, like the one that's really like hyped up and leading the cycle and stuff, it can do pretty well. It'll more than likely be like in market cap, it'll probably be number 2 or 3 in the GameFi space if I had to guesstimate. I still think Sandbox will be a larger market cap, but that's good because the bigger the market caps get on those, the more money flows into the other ones because everyone's speculating. Everyone essentially is like in the bigger caps right now, and they have a little money on some of these side caps and lower caps. But then when the market really gets raging on, they take some of that big cap money, buy the lower caps and stuff, trying to basically trying to market time a little bit and kind of like, oh shit, let me try to catch the pump. And everyone starts doing that. This starts becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. The prices go up, and then more people like, holy shit. Then you have some of the small guys stop investing into the big caps, and then all the small guys are buying the mediums to small caps, the micro caps, and then the larger players take profits on the small guys basically, and then some of the small guys take profits on the big guys. So you mostly have that sort of a dynamic going on, but it all repothekates into himself, and some of the bigger players take profits back into the big caps to continue on the cycle until eventually they just start taking instead of reinvesting back, which is basically what happens. So basically, long story short, I do believe long term, I think 2,800 to 3,200 is kind of in the realm of possibility for Illuvium. And I think the main thing that'll probably hurt, you can take the screen down. The main thing that'll probably, let me see how many, pull the screen back up. Sorry, I think right now the price of Ethereum is like $1,600. So basically, I'm sorry, whoops, wrong way. Let me just double check this real quick. Ethereum right now is $1,500. Okay, I'll just do 15 flat for Illuvium right now. I'll do 1550. So basically, right now, one Ethereum buys you 21 Illuvium, more than likely at the all-time high in terms of the Ethereum to Illuvium sort of dynamic. We're probably going to be something at a 5-to-4 ratio. So, 5-to-4 ratio. Today, that would be something like, what would that be, like $400 or something like that. So you could what's probably going to end up slowing down the pumping on this is probably Ethereum's maybe like at $12,000, and you could have $4,000 or $3,000 Illuvium, something like that. And it's mostly because Ethereum's not pumping. So Ethereum would have to pump up to like $18,000 to then allow people who have Ethereum to then just buy a bunch of the tokens up and stuff like that. So it's going to be its ceiling is basically going to be Ethereum just basically maxing out at some point, because right now anyone can afford an Illuvium. Right now it's like $70 something, $100. Anyone with $100 can just DCA into one or a couple tokens. But at some point it's going to be just the Ethereum rails that can be able to buy it up and stuff outside of its inner ecosystem, which is what can really help sustain the price and ratchet it up. Is that the whole system is based? It makes cash in Ethereum, then uses the Ethereum to buy Illuvium on the secondary market to pay it out to yield. So that's good, and that'll help maintain prices, but the whales are the ones that are going to move the price up on Illuvium. So that's really going to be an Ethereum-based price prediction there. So, yeah, you can take it down now. Global security exec. Actually, hit me up on Twitter. I know you wanted yeah, we'll talk in a bit. Yeah. Crypto Bigfoot. Base is in direct competition with one of the perpetuals. They stole their name. Oh, they totally stole the name. Yeah. But good luck on Base trying to fight Coinbase. That's hella funny. Let's see. Okay, all right. Boston Bybit. Boston Bybit. All right, dollar cost crypto. How about who's dropping the worst alpha and fake narratives you see getting pumped out there right now? Oof. What, in the Hex community or just in general? I mean, I'm just trying. I just try to stay. I just try not to give people shine like that and stuff. So if I really think they're doing bad info and stuff, I just try not to say their names and stuff like that. But there's some local shit talkers that were shit talking me and Charlie recently that had pretty bad info, and they've gotten a lot of people wrecked. They got a lot of their people into Zen. Oof. I ain't got to bring the Zen chart up. I can just do it by my head. It's 99% down. Damn. You have a lot of these guys. You have these like some of these micro YouTube channel and this is not even me hating. It's just like bros. Like you have a lot of these micro cap. I would call them like PulseChain. You have these little shitcoin Hex YouTube channels. I would call PulseChain channels that are gonna be shilling you into these micro cap and these kind of stupid sort of like vampire attacks basically in the Hex ecosystem. Like a lot of people were like pumping the fuck out of ETH Fair and Ethereum proof of work, and then used their YouTube audience to create liquidity, and then from there sold it, and then got their people into Zen. So whatever profits they did make, they just lost it all by going into Zen. So, yeah. I know a couple of these guys that made some serious money on that side and then rolled it all into fucking Zen and then lost it all, bro. Like, damn. Pepe, damn. Oh my god, Karn's like on deck screener, Zen is measures as being down 100%. Oh fuck, man. I mean, shit. More than likely, probably the fount. No, okay, wait. I don't want to say. Allegedly, probably like whoever's running that whole thing is probably just funneling that money to then, because supposedly they're going to launch like an L1 called, I think X1 or something like that. If I remember, I got the name right, and they're going to so. What'll probably end up happening is Zen's going to be like the stupid investment, and the Z1 thing might end up making some money if they don't have it so inflationary. That's the problem with going too crazy with the inflation and shit. Is like you get these crazy numbers because the retail guys like most people do not have the infrastructure to then have bots or have the management of like thousands and thousands and thousands of wallets, and nor do you have the time to waste to play the gas game where essentially you're minting Zen wallets when the gas is the ways at the lowest and stuff, so you can make like a $2 to $8 profit on the coins to then sell it on the dumb retail that's buying the fucking coin on the open market and stuff, being your fucking exit liquidity. So you're just basically, okay, I'll spend an Ethereum to then make 2 Ethereum or Ethereum and a half. That's the game they're playing on you. And since you don't have the infrastructure to play that fucking mass game, you're the one getting fucked. Maybe one day, one day starry-eyed, well, it's basically gonna like have a somewhat pump. Is probably when the gas fees get crazy. Then from there, it costs a lot more to do it. So then the dum-dums that did buy it, or then that did probably end up like minting it when the gas prices were low, they'll be up like 8x in profit on those things. But it's based off of gas, so it's like if you spend $16 to mint your fucking wallet, and then later on you might have $160. So I'm like, yo, bro, I won, bro. Like, did you? I guess. But I much rather not play some stupid game. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? And that just seems really like convoluted and retarded. Like really stupid. Like very, very stupid. I don't know why anyone would like. Basically, you only create that kind of network in order to fucking like increase the gas fees tremendously on Ethereum. Maybe it's some sort of fucking plan where it's like, okay, we want to make PulseChain look good, so we just fucking spam the fuck out of the Ethereum network, make the gas fees really bad, and then pump all L1s, and then I'll launch my own L1, and then once I have my own L1, I actually then make money. But then I gave half the supply to the Chinese miners on the Zen side, but it's okay because I have money now. I wish I had a teacup right now. I'm just spilling all the tea. Yeah, fuck it. Hit another fucking Pepe for that shit. There's people in the Zen community sweating right now. Yo, shut the fuck up, bro. You're not supposed to tell the normies this shit. You're supposed to tell them, going to Zen, bro. Buy it right now and fucking zero out. And like, it's supposed to be a wealth transfer device. Wealth transfer from them to us, bro. How dare you? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Sorry, my bad. I apologize. And then they're going to have me on some video years later. Like, you see this guy, look where the price was at. Or you could have bought this token and made the same amount and not jacked around with all that shit. No pun intended. I didn't even try to make that pun, but that just came out. That was... this coffee's sweet as fuck. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's see. Where we at? I appreciate it, man. Yeah, super chats are appreciated, you guys. It just helps me. I always end up reading the super chats and stuff. So, where the hell did I stop? Here we go. Aaron was. I'm so bad with names. Please forgive me, but it's just a weakness of mine. Aaron with the $5 super chat. What is your opinion on using a home equity line of credit to buy safe cryptos like Ethereum, BTC for the long-term investment? Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of using leverage and stuff. I much rather if you decided to sell an asset, like let's say you had your house paid off and you wanted to sell it, and that's something you wanted to do, yeah. But I just don't feel right telling somebody to do that and stuff. The only time that I felt like where you could maybe take where it was low risk was basically I had people asking me, and not just in the courses, but I had people ask me on YouTube, Miguel, like I want to take out I want to take a loan out, and I was like, well, hey, bro, you probably don't want to take loans out for crypto and stuff. It's just really risky. But it's like, all right, I want to do it. All right, if you're going to do it, probably right now it's not a terrible time because at the time the rates were fucking basically at zero. So it means if you took a personal loan out, it would be like 3 or 4% with good credit. Now you're talking about 8 to 12% on with good credit to take out a personal loan. Now with a home equity line of credit, as long as they don't call you back on it and stuff, I guess you're fine. But the thing is real estate's still going to be crashing down. The rates are going to go higher. It's making it harder to buy a house and much more expensive to get into a house. And then the real estate market is going to be soft at least until Q1 of 2024. If the rates finally come down a little bit, maybe they go down. Maybe sometime in 24, they bring them down to maybe 3 flat from 4.5 to, or maybe 5 down to like 3.5. Then it can get very bullish again. But we have a huge amount of problem right now. We have still high inflation, and it's getting more and more expensive to buy these houses, as well as you have this whole thing where you have BlackRock buying the houses up and stuff. So you have this weird position where the house prices are high and the rates are high. So it's just getting increasingly hard to get into a house. So, as long as you're buying Ethereum and Bitcoin, I think that's okay. But you got to make sure to leave enough in there where like you have something. Don't like do the whole thing. Yeah. It's just be careful. Be careful with that. All right, but. We're not at the all-time highs. We're not at the all-time lows. We're still in the year of the bottom right here and stuff. So it's probably not the worst idea, I guess, but it's just, you be careful, don't go too crazy. Karn, gotta give DCC his flowers for telling us to play around with OP last year in the mansion party. Yeah, I got the notes to prove it. Yeah, that's right. I fucking forgot. Yeah. Yo, I'd be prophetic with this shit sometimes, but yeah, I was looking at OP forever. Because the thing is like so people who don't know, we every year we throw a crypto mindset meetup party. It's basically we throw a big mansion party. We're still planning to do it this year. It's just we're kind of market timing a little bit as well with stuff. We want to make sure it's a month in a time frame where it's more chiller out and stuff. But if you want to get into that, basically the first people who will get to know about the mansion party will be people inside of the Citadel. And basically, we throw a huge kind of like a weekend long party and stuff like that. It usually starts on a Friday or Saturday. And we last time we had a three-story mansion party. We had bartenders on every story. We had we had a lot of people at the party and stuff. We had trapezius artists. We had live DJs. We had blackjack, craps tables. We had everything going on and stuff like that. We had mermaids in the pool. We were about to have a fire breather, but they told us no. We had it was a fucking awesome time, dude. We had it was a crazy party, alcohol down there, VIP area. It was a really cool time. And then from there, we hit the clubs and stuff, and then we were out and all over Vegas and stuff for the whole weekend and stuff. We went out gambling with people. So it was just overall one of the best times ever and stuff. And a lot of people made a lot of connections and friends there and stuff. So it was a great way to kind of get started and stuff. And I know some people that started YouTube channels from there and stuff that are starting to do pretty well with that. So, shout out to everyone who went there. And then we talked a bunch of alpha in there. So at the party and stuff, right, we're all drunk and shit. So we're all just like letting the tongue wag and stuff. So we're just talking, people asked me questions and I was answering them really honestly. And people were like, wow, so we were like, schmoozing and stuff. So it was a really cool event. So I can't wait. This time around, me and Charlie are going to be able to do the event both together live in person. So it's going to be a pretty big event where I'm expecting this one to be almost three times larger. So, sheesh, can't wait for that, man. Get into the Citadel if you want to get into it, man. The cost we do charge for the entrance of the party, but all the money that's made off the party and stuff is used just back for the party and stuff like that. I think the last party we did, I think we went I think me and Charlie went like 30,000 into the hole with this. We went a little ham on it, but it's fun. It's okay. I mean, like we wanted a place for all of us to kind of congregate and meet up and stuff. So pretty cool. Let's keep going. Thoughts on the loan token? Bullish? Yeah. I mean, yeah. It should be bullish and stuff. I mean, I sacked for it. It's either going to be that one or another one for the main token for the stablecoin and stuff, because the PulseChain ecosystem is going to have their own native stablecoin versus USDC or DAI or anything like this and stuff. It might. I have more of a feeling now that it's probably going to be DAI initially. That might actually be worth something a little bit as a stablecoin, but probably not for long. But just FYI. Boston Bybit, are you going to ETH Denver? I bet ETH will flip Bitcoin while we reach other low. Hey, it might be possible. If there's going to be a cycle where Ethereum could flip Bitcoin, it's probably this one. It's either going to get close or it might happen. But I've always been I'm more bullish. I'm way more bullish on Ethereum than I am Bitcoin. But I am bullish on Bitcoin as well. But yeah. Eric Richardson, GMX is a good arbitrage play if they ever release. If they never released, yeah, it's a good play. I mean, it's a good play. I mean, obviously with GMX there, you earn an Ethereum. I have some on AVAX and stuff, so I'm just earning a little bit of AVAX there. So that's kind of how I did my play. So I wanted to buy some AVAX, so I just bought some GMX, staked it on AVAX, and then because it earns fees on the AVAX side, you get paid out in AVAX. So I was like, oh, cool. Killing two birds with one stone, have a GMX position, and then like getting paid out in AVAX, which is another L1 that I think is kind of a sleeper sell. Can you share the screen for 1 second? So AVAX really, I mean, if we look from its all-time low right now, right? Its all-time low is $2.80, so it's up a 5x. Similar, you see, it's similar to OP right now, right? So it's at seven. It's at 7 from its all-time low recent. Oh no, it's from 2 years ago. I'm so sorry. I think I'm just talking to my ass here. Forgive me. Yeah, its all-time low being like $12. So it really hasn't moved much and shit, right? So let's look at the max here. Yeah, basically, it's $11 might be its all-time low, local all-time low. Let me fix this up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, like $10. So this is called $11. So right now it's at $18. So this token hasn't really pumped much, but in terms of scaling tech, Avalanche and Phantom probably have the highest level scaling tech that's actually scalable and it's actually doing kind of cool stuff. I would call Avalanche probably the number 3 player in the GameFi space as well in terms of where GameFi tokens can actually go to. I probably would put it like Matic, because you just have more big business just launching on there because it's really easy to, and they help them out and stuff. So you have Matic probably being number 1, and that would be more like Ethereum and stuff like that. Matic, you then probably are going to end up having I guess it's really a toss up between that. I mean, yeah, it's basically Ethereum, Matic, but the thing is, but yeah, I mean, if you launch on those two and stuff on Ethereum and stuff, you're pretty much going to have to launch on some other one from there, and then it's really a toss up between AVAX, and then more than likely you're probably going to start getting some into Clayton, I would imagine as well and stuff like that, just because it's so early right now to toss, but I mean, I would pretty much put this at a 3. In my stomach, it's telling me a 3 right now. On that, you're gonna have some on Solana, even though I don't own Solana and stuff. They're gonna try to bring some gaming onto Solana and stuff, but we'll see. Hopefully, they've just kind of shit out all the bad SAM stuff, and you might actually have some real tokens. They are trying to bring back Solana back, but there's because of all this SAM shit that they're shitting out. AVAX is really taking the position over Solana, which is great. And then you might have Phantom might be a little bit of a dark horse, might be like a 5 or 6 player and stuff in there and stuff, but GameFi is a really big sort of thing. So eventually it's going to be a lot more chain based, and then eventually it's just they're going to be on all the chains to try to get money and stuff. But Avalanche hasn't really pumped, so I'm kind of slow stacking this thing. You have plenty of time. I think this is a great price to get into it. If we do get a slight correction down in the next couple of days, you might be able to snag it up at $16-15, but the difference between like $15 and $17 is fucking nothing. So it's like it's a good L1. This is one primarily. The 2 ways I'm kind of like side stacking Avalanche right now is the GMX one that I've mentioned to you, as well as like through DeFi Kingdoms. I'm on the DeFi Kingdoms chain. I'm staked up on Crystal AVAX, and then I'm just repothecating my yield back into those LPs. So I'm gaining more Crystal and I'm gaining more AVAX, and it's allowed me to gain a decent AVAX stack actually, because I have a big position. I got a good percentage of the pool in there in that game. So that's kind of the way I'm kind of silently stacking AVAX token, as well as at some point I'll probably make a position into it and stuff like that, but we'll see. But yeah, that's enough AVAX talk. So you can take it down now. Let me go back. Where are we at? Okay, cool. This is why it's so hard for me to get through the questions, because I always end up answering the question and also going to a side tangent into it. But it's pretty important. There's some good alpha in there. DeGrant. Hey, DCC, why do you think GameFi will have its run? Don't you think it's a temporary hype 2 years ago? No. So there's two things. There's two things, right? GameFi, like the gaming sector is fucking gigantic. Games in general, right? If you just look at it in terms of more people spend more money in games than they do movies. Can you imagine that shit? The most famous people in the world, right, are movie stars, and so that's usually how it was traditionally. Was movie stars. And there's more money in fucking video games than there is in fucking movies. Total. I've been a gamer all my life and stuff. I mean, we all know the classic and stuff. Like, people would get famous in StarCraft 1 and shit, and then you have all these South Korean bitches going, ah! And you're like, and then one day you're like, if I become a gamer, I might have Korean bitches screaming for me one day. You know, this is the gamer dream, right? It was mine, but like was for a lot of people. But it was the first place, like, me seeing that as a kid and as a young adult, knowing that, like, holy fuck, like, there is some segment of this game stuff where, like, people can get women and shit, and like, and people are like, holy crap, these they're actually famous. It was kind of a leading factor. So shout out to South Korea. That's why, like, I'm putting some money into Clayton. That's why I've also stacked on the other side. Go back to the Jewel game, right? One of my other pools that I'm in is in Jade Clayton. So I'm stacking another L1, which is Clayton, because these Koreans are game crazy. So I can't. Clayton's probably gonna be another dark horse in there and stuff like that. I probably put it above Phantom in terms of where it's at, just because the way the South Korean economy is, it's basically a bunch of monopolies. Shout out Samsung. And if a major corporation in South Korea is backing Clayton, then they're going to force a bunch of games to be on there and stuff. So then if the overlord monopoly corporation says it's okay to use this and stuff, then a bunch of South Korean money will get into there. So it'll be a big game player and stuff like that. The sad thing about that, Harmony was that last cycle, except it essentially got hacked by the Lazarus group, which was the North Korean group. I think they ended up jacking over $600 million from that South Korean chain. So fucking oof, that sucks. So I mean, the North Koreans, I think have made almost like 1.3 or 1.4 billion dollars in 2021 or 2022 just from hacking. So it's a huge revenue source for the North Korean government. It's crazy. It's called Lazarus Group. I mean, Jesus Christ, doesn't sound too friendly. But of course, their biggest hack of all time would be the Harmony Bridge and shit, because it makes more sense. Like they're going to be more easily able to hack into something that's Korean language based. So there you go. Now the other half, I think it's not a temporary hype at all. So the other half too, as I'm looking at it, is like because celebrities are always like, okay, if just being for real, celebrities are the reason people try to get famous is for two things: money and women. Besides women. So for women, it's more of just like for social clout and money for them as well, right? But most men, they just want to get famous because like social validation, and then eventually they're like, oh shit, this translates for me getting women. Got it. And money, which is awesome, right? And basically what's going on is like back in 2017, you had a lot of celebrities basically saying like, "Hey, buy my coin, buy my coin, buy my coin." So they started. You had Floyd Mayweather. You had a bunch of these other celebrities essentially making their own tokens, and then the SEC coming down and say, "Hey, you can't make your own token." And they're like, "Oh shit, my bad." So like, what can I do? Oh, I know. I'll make my own NFT line, and then they make these NFTs. Basically, not support them anymore. Not really. Some celebrities actually are continuing to support their NFTs. So shout out to them. But there's a lot of celebrities that just made NFTs as a cash grab and then just let it go. And then now the SEC might start going after people for essentially making rug pulls on these NFT projects. And then they're like, oh shit. So what's going to happen? So now these celebrities are like, okay, how can I make money without getting in trouble? I know. I'll just shill a game. So because the SEC and all this stuff, they're always far behind. More than likely, you're gonna see a lot of people start sponsoring, like, hey, go play Decentraland. I'm this famous celebrity, and they're gonna get paid money for it. I mean, you have Snoop Dogg's so ahead of the curve, man. Like, man, they'll never catch this dude. Not that he's doing anything bad, but what I mean is like he's just so ahead of it. Like it's incredible, right? He's really has deep ties with Sandbox, and when this cycle really continues on, you're gonna have a lot of celebrity endorsements of video games. So that's what I'm seeing right now. So the celebrity endorsement will then pump money into that sector, as well as, regardless or not, it's the next evolution of what happened last cycle. So a lot more on-chain stuff's going to happen. So you're going to have a lot more on-chain gaming, and it's more of an actual real use case for the tech as well. You know, so outside of gambling and stuff like that, one of the biggest ways you can make money is probably just launch a video game, and the video game ends up doing a bunch of revenue, and then you just take a small piece in between and stuff, and let the economy roam free, and you're doing pretty good. And then for the most part, the SEC and all these places won't go after video games because, oh, it's just a stupid video game. It's looked much less as competition. It's like, oh, it's just some little stupid little game for kids or whatever. And you're just here at the bottom. Stacking. But yeah. Let's keep going down. Miguel got a bag of Illuvium sub $40. Nice. Let's see, Boston Bybit. Illuvium and GameFi sector is still mostly BS. Nobody's really talked about some sort of flywheel mechanics to separate themselves from Yeah, well, yeah, most of it's bullshit, but like Illuvium's got a great model. Like it's basically got somewhat of a GMX model, looks model, and stuff before even those projects came out. So the whole flywheel, lol, Vietnam flashbacks. But the whole model there is basically the token doesn't, like, outside of the emissions, that the emissions are going down over time. As people play the game, people are spending Ethereum in the game, not Illuvium, Ethereum in the game. And then from there, what they collect, they essentially at the end of the month, they take that, go into the open market, buy Illuvium from the open market, and then distribute that back to the holders who are staking Illuvium. That's a sustainable model because it's generating income from outside of itself. That's the models. But most games aren't doing that. They're mostly based off of inflation or emissions, basically, over time, which almost all projects, you have to do that. Even Hex, Hex has a 3.69% inflation rate forever. But that's a low enough rate where it's fine, you know. But at the same time, that's pretty stupid also, too, of, like, you open your mind, like people like dumb shit. I mean, like, they tell you gambling's bad and stuff like that. People gamble all the time. I mean, half of crypto's gambling anyway, for being honest. Almost half the companies in the world are fucking Ponzi's, basically, damn near. Outside of the products and service industries and stuff like in terms of outside of companies making paper and stuff like this, you have a lot of corporations that it's just like total hogwash and shit, you know. Let's keep going down. Let's see, Kevin C. DCC, what are your thoughts on the KuCoin token? Share the screen. Let's look. KuCoin. I like KuCoin, the exchange. I've always just been, oh my god, like I've heard rumors that it was insolvent for a little bit, but like they just kept themselves afloat. It's really it's the last of the Mohicans where you can kind of like non-KYC stuff, basically. That's all I'm gonna go into there. Let's look in the last year. Yeah, pretty average. Boom, $6 low. $8. This is still perhaps a big risk premium. The cool thing about KuCoin token is you can stake it within the platform, you earn fees, and then it generates you. I think they pay you out in Tether in terms of fees and stuff. So it does make some decent yield. Last cycle, this thing did pretty well, man. Yeah, $28, and let me go max on this thing. Yeah. Like I pretty much was. This is one of the coins I was able to kind of like swing trade for quite a while and stuff. It kept pumping up. Like you can't tell here on the chart anymore, but maybe I can sort of bring it up to here and then go like here. Yeah, you can't really tell in here, but this in between all these zones and stuff, it actually was pumping to $1. So it was one of the easiest swing trades I was buying it for 80 cents, sell it at $1, go back down, buy it again, pump back to $1, sell it again. It was just one of these great ones. I was able to make some decent change on it. And then basically at that point, it kind of went, I think around here, it just kind of like chilled. The volatility kind of went away. There was a lot of dollar volatility here, and then it kind of chilled out right here. That's why charts kind of lie a little bit and stuff. Like during the time, like it kind of just gets phased out. You still get most of the moves, but there's a lot of action that happened in between here and here, like right here, before this massive pump up to $1. Like there was a lot of action here and here, and then around January, about the end of January, the volatility went away, and then I moved money into other coins. But it did very well. I mean, it went from $1, and based on when I was playing around with it, $1 to like $28, which is incredible. And that the whole time it was paying yield on top of that. So The whole thing with this coin, I think it's a decent coin to earn yield on, and if the bull market continues, if KuCoin doesn't just get shut down or it doesn't go to zero, this token will probably do very well. It'll probably go $100 plus. Like, that's not out of the realm of possibility. Like, if BTC goes above its all-time high, maybe we're at a low 100K, and the bull markets continue on, a little shit coining, and the exchange is still up. I mean, its all-time high is $28. So it could go to $50, maybe $70, $80, maybe $100 if it fucking wicks up crazy. But and the whole time you're getting paid in Tether, and then you can spend that on shit coins. Not bad. But like, this would have to be like a small portion of the portfolio if you're going to risk this 5% or something like that, because there is a risk that if it doesn't go down in the next year, it could probably go down during the bear market of this next cycle and stuff. So it is very risky. All these exchange tokens are risky, but I like KuCoin the most. So there you go. And hit the like button, you guys. What the fuck? Yeah, let's keep going. Wow, I've lost my train. Okay, so here I'll just go straight to the super chats. CryptoCon, man, what a great name. O'Day is fighting in 5 minutes. Shout out to him. Yeah, shout out to my boy O'Day, baby. Sheesh.
O'Day's on right now, actually.
Oh my god.
He's in the round 2. O'Day just got a nut shot, and he's been down for 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Whoa. Like, to him or to the guy?
Yeah, to him.
Oh.
So he's working through that right now.
Damn, dude. Shout out to O'Day, bro. I hope he fucking pulls through, man. Like, do you know the shit with O'Day that really, like, O'Day's such a G, bro. We were literally in the hallway the other day, like, just talking crypto, me and him, dorking out. Like, John Orlando was just looking at me and Charlie and O'Day like we were speaking gibberish. Like, he was just like, you fucking millennials with your fucking internet magic. But yeah, but O'Day's great fighter and stuff like that. But people duck him all the time. This guy was working hard. Dude, this guy's working out all the fucking time, doing his like field work out there in terms of running and stuff and hiking and everything, and just to get into shape. He got into shape. He at the weigh-in and everything like that. I will have him on after the fight and stuff. But yeah, man, it's just his fight. Every time fighters just duck him every fucking time, dude. So like, I forgot the last name of these no-name fighters. Like, no name because they keep ducking him. Is the fight's set up, everything's cool, you're in your training camp, and then you're fucking the other guy's like, oh no, I hurt my cock, I bet my cock, so I can't fight anymore. They fall out of the fight and stuff. So you have a lot of guys just ducking him and stuff just because they don't want to fight him, or they like oh, I got COVID, sorry. So just is what it is, I guess. Global security exec with a $20 super chat, man. What do you think about Quant? How high do you think it will go? Quant's probably one of the harder ones to actually really Let me see if I can find it here. Pull up the screen. Quant's also one of these things where its ceiling is also Ethereum as well, right? It's already super hot. I mean, we're talking about 14 million tokens, or not that much. 14, yeah, we're talking about 14 million tokens in total, 14.5, and most of the supply's out right now. I think it's slightly inflating, but not much. The main draw with this one is basically this is going to be the token where JP Morgan's going to end up launching some blockchain stuff and everything like that. So we have to pay attention to that, right? Because JP Morgan, that's the Fed, basically. So Quant is one of these with these pretty charts and stuff like that. It does really well, and like it's on purpose, right? It's usually done very well. I think we did this. If someone had dollar cost averaged every week since the inception of this thing, they'd be up in money. Like you haven't lost on this. So let's just say you're dollar cost averaging this every Monday, you've still made money on this. Which you can only say that about maybe 3 or 4 tokens, like Dogecoin, Phantom, Quant, and I think one other one at most. But it's just one like that it just brought to my attention in the last 6 months. And this was very difficult. The thing is if JP Morgan and some of the big money doesn't really launch anything big on it, then it can still do very well. It will just kind of do what Bitcoin and Ethereum do in terms of gains, but slightly better. But if JP Morgan ends up launching something and some major happens, this thing could go bananas. Like like $3,000 is in the cards for this thing, probably. But we're probably looking at more of like a $18,000 to $2,000. It's just like I have to let me look in terms of the let's go 1550, so 11. So yeah, it's just the same sort of thing. Like we might get something like a 4-to-1 ratio on Ethereum or something like that in terms of how I can go. Maybe it does a 2-to-1, but 3-to-1. But it all depends. Like the Ethereum price has to really launch up in price, for there people then take Ethereum as a leverage play on Ethereum, basically on quant, because they think like the big money might be trying to move into the space and stuff through quant and stuff, and people will speculate on that. That's kind of like the whole move there. That's your sauce, but you can take it down now. But thank you so much for the $20 super chat, Global Security Exec. Let's keep going. Jorne, with the, I have no idea what currency that is, but any thoughts on Poor Pleb? A PulseChain pre-launch on Ethereum is pumping. Trash. Sorry. Yeah. The thing is, you can only be in so many things, man. I mean, like, fuck, man. Just use that money, buy some Hedron. It's at 18. Hedron's at fucking 18 right now or something like that. If you want to speculate on that, you can totally do. There's people who make money on speculating on the lowest of low stuff, but I'd rather just do that once PulseChain's live in action and stuff than speculate on the Ethereum side. But yeah, you could just save that money and just speculate on the fiat, the e-fiat. There's gonna be an Ethereum version of fiat that's gonna launch, I think, and then before the end of March. So pretty cool. Like, I think that's the way I'd play it. Aaron with the $5 super chat. Thanks for the advice on HELOC. I'm currently DCAing into Ethereum, Hex, Illuvium, Phantom. Any long-term cryptos I should look into? Let me really look. Let me really give this guy a good answer here. Let's see. Surprisingly not, I think Cardano might be one you might want to add to there. Cardano might have some moves this cycle. The thing is, it's already so high in market cap already, but it's held by a lot of Japanese investors who are very long term, and some of these people are just bought it, made a lot of money on it, and don't even really sell it. Cardano might be one to add into there, or from there it's just like, because you have really safe ones, it's just more on the risk curve on that point. You maybe OP, maybe you might make a small Solana play. Avalanche is another one that hasn't moved yet. Like Avalanche is a great buying position. Cardano, I'd have to pull up can you pull up the screen for 1 second? On the Cardano, oh, look at the Rolex, is nice. Let's look at the last year. Yeah, same sort of thing. Boom. $24 cents, 35 cents. Yeah, so Cardano really hasn't had a pump. It's probably going to do the same thing. It's going to sleep for the first quarter of the bull market, and then it's going to finally fucking wake the fuck up. Cardano did nothing in 2019, did nothing in halfway through 2020, and then halfway through 2020, it shoots up to like $1. And then from there, at the last half, it pumps like $2 more, and then that's its all-time high. So it's going to probably sleep for a while and stuff. So this is one you could probably accumulate a little bit. It's not a terrible sort of play. Since you have so much Ethereum, you're fine on Matic and stuff. Matic's going to do pretty good, but there has been some tail risks of saying like there could be some structural issues with Matic where it could end up spiraling out of control or something like that in terms of its network. But this is just rumors I've heard. In terms of other stuff like that, Toncoin might be another one you might look into. This is the token of the Telegram network. I think this might be a big fucking sleeper right here. So if you wanted to throw some cheddar into coins that haven't pumped yet, I mean maybe the last pick you just throw a position size into like these three. I think Toncoin, Buy Ton, Avalanche, and Cardano, and I think you're fucking sitting pretty, bro. I think you're sitting really pretty, and that puts you a little more on the risk curve. But you're in one token that hasn't even pumped at all yet. Cardano and the other two have previous price history, but they haven't pumped yet. Might be the fucking move. Pepe, baby. That's right.
We got an update on Ode.
Oh,
Round 3. One was Ode's. Round 1 was Ode's. Round 2 is the opponent. Round 3 is going strong. It's a good 1-to-1 fight.
yeah.
After the nut kick, Ode's back and strong, and they're just wrestling it out, throwing fists.
They really should deduct so much points for that shit, bro. But that is so like, of course, a little nut tap by accident, sure. But like, bro, if you can you imagine getting hit in the nut so hard that you're like, bro, what the fuck?
He
man?
pointed at his stomach. He's like, "It's in my stomach." Like that's what he said to his guys. I was like, "Damn."
Wow. Wow. Dude, fucking motherfuckers, bro. Don't resort to fucking, like this is the same. I hate when people do these nut shots or these eye pokes. Stupid. If they would allow it, they'd put fingers in the ass.
No, they're gonna ban it so people do it.
Fucking kill him, Ode. Anyway, let's keep going down on the super chats. Okay, so we got Colin Younger with the $3 Canadian. So that's 50 cents US. No, no. Is Hex still going to a penny later on? No, I don't think anymore. If you weren't dollar cost averaging down there at that 1.7 cents, 1.9 cents, 2 cent range, you missed the train on it. The only way it could go down is if Richard somehow says yeah, PulseChain's not coming out until next year. Then we probably retest down to it, but I don't think we go below a penny anymore. It would have to take something that level of ridiculous. Yeah, PulseChain's not coming out until next year. Yeah. Okay, Adam Mo, thoughts on RBW, which is that token. Yeah, let me RBW. I think with this token here. Okay, can you show the screen again? This token's sitting, the rainbow token, right? Yeah, this token is sitting at RB. I took a fucking pounding on this token. I have one of my few. I've usually it happens every 5 or 7 coins I put into. You get a stinker, right? Not that it hasn't rugged or nothing like that. Just the token prices went down a lot. I think I put 20 G's in this, and it's down to $2,000. So oof on that one. So I mean, honestly, right now, just how down it is. I think this token is probably one of the bigger sleepers. This is a micro cap. I mean, look at this. We're talking about $4 million market cap. They actually legitimately have land sales. They have the shit's working, the game's functioning, and the token's working. It's emitting and stuff like that. The strategy for this one is just to buy it, stake it out, and just earn the passive yield, and don't stake the yield they give you. You get paid out every single day, and then if you claim it, it unlocks after 7 days. So that's one of the reasons why it goes down. So it's had this huge emission of tokens, but because of that, it's allowed it. It might end up having a decent bull market. Because once the emission comes, they start going down and lowering and stuff like that, and most of its supplies out. It can do some big moves. Obviously, its all-time high is $3, so it's down a lot right now. I don't expect to get that high unless the game just smashes. But this is one of the games where there was a lot of money was put into this. So before, Axie Multi-Chain Capital and a bunch of these other players and stuff put a lot of money into this game and a couple other games. This is one of the few games that kind of survived that the Axie Ponzi sort of thing kind of really imploded. But one of the places they were able to put a lot of money into before the money kind of ran up was in Rainbow and stuff. So I expect them to really this is one that they're going to probably pump out this cycle. So I'm taking a bet on it. Personally, I'm pretty close to buying another bag of it just to have another bag at these lower prices. I'll probably stake half of it since I already have a good amount staked. Well, not good amount. It's fucking $2,000. Oh, you guys. I'm out here risking for you guys. But I like this rainbow token, and if it's a long, so whatever I'm betting on this, it is it's more more speculative money, but because of all the background money that's in the space and stuff, and if GameFi pumps, and this is a play they'll need to do well. I wouldn't be sure they Ponzi it up to pump it up and stuff, and then we have a lot of tokens, so we might make this one may be a big sleeper on the money side and stuff. But because it's so low market cap, you gotta treat it as so and stuff like that. So I mean, it's dumped so much, but I mean, it hasn't done Zen levels. But I mean, fuck, I mean, that's crazy. This is probably the worst performing token I think I bought of the last cycle, and it got less fucked than Zen. Believe it or not. I think I'm up 20 or 40 times X's in gains than the average Zen user. Oof. but you can take it down. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just put some airdrops noise. All right, so we got Setacom. I hope I said your name right, sir. $5 super chat. How do you know when coin's price is going to be cheap relative to the market? Oh wait, how do you know when a coin's price is? Yo, did O'Day kill him?
Hold on.
Yo, wait.
I'm on a delay. O'Day, yes.
Yeah.
I did. Yes.
O'Day knocked him.
O'Day got it.
My boy, motherfucker. Yeah, hit a Pepe for that shit. Shout out to O'Day, baby. Knocked him the fuck out. Shit.
Oh fuck yes.
Oh, wait,
Let's fucking
wait.
go.
Kill. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shout out to my boy. Come on. Yeah. Oh, day. My boy already knocked that ass, baby. Cheating ass motherfucker. Now hit the Pepe again. Let's go. Sheesh. For you guys who don't know, man, share the screen for 1 second. For you guys who don't know, I have interviewed O'Day 2 times on my channel. Shout out to O'Day, man. O'Day is this gentleman right here. Right. Where do I have O'Day? Let me keep going. Where did I leave this? Oh, right here. O'Day Osborne, right? I streamed with him about 4 months ago. He is a UFC fighter in the UFC. Do you know what weight class he fights in?
130?
Yeah, 130 and stuff. Super smart guy. Me and him just talk about shit coins all the fucking time. Like, all the time. Like, that's my boy right here, man. This is my boy O'Day. Just knocked that fucking ass out, man. Yeah. Sheesh. Dude, I got so pissed off when you told me that he got nut shotted, dude.
Yeah, no, I thought that was gonna change it. He got down for a while.
Wow, that is crazy. I'm so glad he wins. Look at him wearing glasses.
Even from 4 months ago in this, he cut up so much. Like,
yeah, he's sizzled, bro. I mean, I remember me and him after here. We went to like In-N-Out or something. We were just talking about shit coins and all this other stuff. He's talking about Crow token. He is a degen, like legitimate like crypto person, which I really respect. So shout out to O'Day, man. You fucking deserve that win, man. And we're gonna be talking about some altcoins. I helped him out getting to looks. I helped him with a couple of his coins and stuff to help him optimize where to yield on him and stuff like that. So he is a true like crypto person, and like legitimately, like he is always a pleasure to talk to. And I'll be having him on the stream very soon, talking about the fight and stuff, and then crypto and stuff. Legitimately, he's like a lot of times you bring people on here and you're like you know you're kind of like lowering it down so like you can have a nice decent conversation with him, man. Me and him are just I mean, like he was like, yo, he was like freaking out because Charlie on the last stream talked about VRA, and he was like, yo, you talking about VRA, bro? I love VRA. He was like losing it on VRA and stuff like that. So shout out to O'Day, man. You fucking deserve that win, man. But yeah, you can take me down now. Dude, heck yeah, dude! I'm happy for when my boys win, bro. Like I'm happy. I'm like ear to ear smiling for my brothers, bro. He's gonna be a long-term person on the podcast and stuff like that, like legitimately. And yeah, we're here. The Moon Gang is here for O'Day, so shout out to him, man. But yeah, man, 4 minutes. Sheesh, one of us, baby. And he's also going to be at the Crypto Mindset meetup and stuff, and some of these other events we're going to have here in Vegas and stuff. We also have some other, I won't say who, but I got another like 2 or 3 more UFC fighters coming on the stream. So I got a lot of UFC. I'm starting to get a lot of UFC buddies, which is pretty funny. But yeah, man. That is sick, dude. What a way to have the stream. That is awesome. I wish I could have watched it, but we had to do the stream today, man. Mitch Rich with the $10 super chat. What's up, DC? Thanks for all you do, brother. You really appreciate all the gems you drop. 100. In terms of multiples on your money in the next bull market, Gala versus Illuvium, I have both though. You're more likely to have multi types of like mobiles on Gala, and so I think because it's on Coinbase and stuff, like you actually might be able to get you probably might have a bit more multiples on Gala if I had to really say it, just because the price of the token is so cheap that relative when it's unit bias. Where with Ethereum, with Illuvium, it's just so much higher in price that it's kind of that puts a small ceiling on it unless it just goes mainstream. If it goes mainstream, oh my god. So I have a nice bag of Illuvium, and I'm stacking up my Gala. My Illuvium bag is significantly larger than my Gala bag, but I'm trying to bring it large, like get it up there. I'm trying to have maybe like something like a 60-40 split, something like that. But thank you so much, Mitch. I appreciate that. And Mitch Rich, that reminds me of that. I love watching what's it called? What is that, like Money Making Mitch? What is that movie called? Paid in Full, man. Sheesh. God damn it, I hate Cameron in that movie. It makes me so mad. He's on there banging some bitch. Yo, check it out. He's doing some bitch and shit, like in the movie and stuff. Like Cameron, like that wasn't acting. That's how he really is, man. I know so many people say, yo, Cameron was really like that or some shit. But Money Making Mitch, man. I love it. Yeah. Let's see. UFC fighters going to gamble. Get with gambling. That's going to be funny if Dana White's telling us. Yeah, pretty much. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for the stream. You guys, this is my thing. My next stream will be on tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be having Moon Gang on Charlie's channel. And on Monday, I will announce, I think we're going to launch it at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be launching the Dr. Phil stream on my channel. So it's going to be premiered. And I will be in the comment section answering questions and just laughing and stuff. So catch you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. And shout out to O'Day, man. Fucking knock that loser out.